Oh, this is a cool bridge.
It was my first attempt at a rope bridge. The next one that I actually have across a chasm will be way cooler.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
no.
what?
Let's do it again. What's going on here? Whoa, that launches you up. Jesus.
Aim for the water.
Nope, too late. Oh, it would be raining, wouldn't it?
Always.
What's going on? I just want to say a massive shout out to the Long Tom Lounge as always for letting me tour his world. So this world is his Fortnite version of Dungeons and Dragons, which he has remastered and called Caverns Klombos. This tour features many builds from Haskins and myself and some other builders, and as we go and look through them all, Tom will explain who built it and all this sort of stuff. It was an amazing opportunity to be part of this world. I've met a lot of other creators and just good builders throughout the journey. Of course, I'll link Tom's channel and his Twitch stream as well. He streams, I don't know if it's a Monday, all the information will be in the description, but he streams it once a week. So if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in, it's definitely worth checking out. Go over and check his channel out and drop him a subscribe and maybe comment and say that I sent you, if that's what you choose to do. Don't forget to use my creator code TCB97 and I will crack on with the tour. All right, here we are. This is where we would spawn in initially when we join the world, right?
That is correct, yeah. So you'd spawn in, well, we built the whole world, first of all, for my Kaverns Klombos RPG that I've been developing. But yeah, people would spawn in, and this is just a little tiny town that I whipped up just to kind of explain the basic concept. I set up a little classroom over here. We talk about our characters, and, the different abilities and, things that they can do. And then after everybody, kind of got everything sorted, I'd take them on a little tour. There's usually a wall here that I would break down. So this would be a surprise back here. And then more fake walls in here. Here we just do some combat stuff. This is just like a little training course thing. Bring them through and show them, just kind of the visual language of the world, like what different things that are already in the game mean in this world, and different, for like setting things up. So say they come across a camp or something that, this is always going to be a guard. This is always going to be an archer, this is always going to be a wizard. This is always going to be a cleric, stuff like that.
You've spent a lot of time going through thinking about all this, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's definitely a full-time job all on its own. In D&D, you can just cast a healing spell and you heal, X amount of hit points or whatever. But how do you handle that in Caverns Klombos or, in Lego? Every time the cleric heals you, you eat a handful of berries. Stuff like that. Options of healing, different magic items, stuff like that. They had to figure out how to escape the jail, and then now they're wanted, so they had to escape town, etc., etc. Like we just made up a little story as we went along. This was, again, all just set up as a quick, run through, give everybody the feel of what's going on. So,
stuff.
You want to see where they ended up after they escaped town and the beginning of the adventure?
Yep, let's go.
They escape that town being chased by the guards and end up at this farm, Hayseed's farm. This is where it all began. This may not look like it, but it's actually a broken down barn. Mm-hmm. It's not, in fact, a house. It's a barn. So this is the farmer's barn that they found in the middle of the night and, decided to camp out in until the morning. This is the root of it all.
Pun intended, yeah.
Pun intended. So this tree, which, as you may be able to tell, is different than all the other trees, was blown over in a giant storm. The whole world has been experiencing unnatural weather events and magical storms and, different things. And, that's part of the reason why the bandits and all the animals attack on sight and, stuff like that. And then beyond that, now in the middle of the night, there's skeletons as well. This tree got blown over, ripped up the ground underneath it, and come to find out there was a bunch of glowing purple artifacts. We need to find out what these things are and what they do. I've lovingly nicknamed the hamlet of Villageville.
Yeah, very, very nice, Villageville.
It used to be a little fishing village, but since all of the storms and, the weather and everything changed, it's now, fallen into disrepair. Most people have moved away, but, there's still a couple shops. There's a fisherman, there's a bakery, a few things to do. And then
a glowing cat.
Yeah, I like links. So, we role play them giving the guard a hard time and stuff like that. Then they all ran down here and took positions, and I sat up on the road and threw like 50 bandits, and they just had to hack and slash their way through a bunch of bandits.
Defend the base.
Yeah. We have a good time. This is one of my favorite details in the whole world, actually. I believe Rooster put that down. When I had brought builders in, I think yourself included, I would give examples of stuff that we could build in the world to make the world feel natural. And one of the example that I kept giving was a cart broken down on the side of the road.
Simple little cart.
Yeah, it's just, they're on the side of the road.
There you go.
Night began to fall, and they were beckoned towards this apparently haunted mansion. And so everybody can get the full effect. Here, let's put down a couple beds. We can be buddies. If you want to assign yourself to that bed right there.
Yep.
And then give yourself a totem of return. Long story short, while they were setting up camp and whatnot, they were beckoned to this mysterious house. They noticed there was a light on in the attic, and so they went to investigate.
You had to figure out how to get in.
Correct.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Look at the big brain on creative.
And it's all upside down and weird.
That is correct. And I designed, there's no way to get back out this way.
Cool. Boom, there's a nice chandelier on the floor ceiling.
Yeah, so as they traveled through and investigated, I just kept harassing them with spiders the whole time and just kept throwing spiders at them just to add a little bit of confusion to the confusion.
And the first time I came here, I could not figure out how to get to the next bit. I was trying to hop up here and climb up and then go through the door at the top, not realizing there was a door right here.
No, trust me, I was so pleased.
And then
here we have our haunted hallway. Flying or run jumping is the best way to get through. If you run jump, you can get through all of them, but flying is definitely the easiest.
I'm really bad at this. Look, I'm just stuck on the same one. I'm going to cheat that one, and then I'm going to do the rest. Oh. Come on.
Oh. Nicely done, nicely done.
Beautiful. Even this is on an angle. It's so weird.
Yeah. This is a you can't do this anymore. Sadly, they took the ability away. But yeah, it's pitched down and to the right at like 5 degrees. I wanted to make the whole place as creepy as possible. So you might not have noticed on the way through, but if people rewind the video and check it out, I made the place. It's not symmetrical. Like one side of the door is skinnier than the other side, and the benches don't match, and the candles are slightly off and in position next to each other, stuff like that. I just wanted to give this place as much of an uneasy feeling as I could. So they came in and had to fight that banshee, I was calling her. And when they finally figured out how to defeat her, there was a fake wall here that I broke, and inside is the rewards. Everybody came in, there was a bunch of different stuff in this chest, and then everybody got the totem of returns out of the chest and equip them. And then if you just go ahead and respawn.
Oh, I see, yeah.
That was a really good shot of us dying. I like that. They woke up in their own bed. But if you look in your inventory, everything that you found in the house is in your backpack. Weird, right? All the stuff you found in the dream. It's crazy. And and if you stand right here at this fire and look at the house, there's no way that the house is as big as it was inside.
So you look at the weird outside of it and how creepy.
Yep. Yep. This is my actually my camouflage. All this weirdness on the side of it, specifically so that when they ran past it over here at the road, it would blend better into the tree line.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. Clever.
And beyond that, when we came here in the game and when I just brought you past, I was like, hey, everybody, look at this. So they didn't look that way. Everybody always looks at the cart.
Oh, wow, I fell for it. God damn.
Sneaky. Now that everybody knows how that little trick worked, we can carry on.
Right, and where are we heading to now?
This is one of my favorite little optical illusions that I've pulled so far. If you
Yeah.
stand here where we are and look, there's nothing going on, right? But as we walk down in, we're flanked on both sides by multiple archers and clerics of, or druids or whatnot. So it looks like you're safe, and then you march right into the middle of the trap,
That's it. Rule number 1, look for traps.
Exactly. See? You know.
Oh, yes. I pay attention. No, it still doesn't work. I still fall for them every time.
But and then we have the druid enclave. It's in the world as things have gotten worse, like-minded people have banded together in different places, and this is all the rangers and druids and different types of people that want to be outdoors, barbarians and stuff like that. In KMK, all the different classes or archetypes, like we call them, all have different names, but for convenience and for the audience, I'll just use their regular names. But yeah, so the druids built this place initially pre the walls going up to grow this tree, which is the Great Tree, which if you've seen the video for this one, the tree is over 100 years old, but it's only a sapling. The tree that it came from is much, much bigger. And this one will be full grown for 1,000 years, apparently.
And lots of pooping outside and bathing right next to people who are pooping.
They're nature lovers, They're just letting it flow,
Yeah.
There's no shame in the woods game, my friend. So this build here actually is a Haskins build. Haskins built all of this. In the game, I'm not sure what Haskins calls it himself, but in the game, I'm calling it Mortho's altar. Mortho is the sidekick guy. Everything you see here is laid down by Haskins.
Just walking around, taking it all in.
Yeah. Take your time. Really unique. And we built things to be lived in, and experienced by being there, Martha led them down this path to the Tomb of the Fallen, where the hero was laid to rest. Actually, no, I think that night we didn't have enemies turned on. This path at night full of skeletons, though, is
Interesting, yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. I don't think I've seen a video we've done that. All the skeletons are in here. I can't remember. I feel like I've seen it. But...
Yeah, when Haskins did his video of it, yeah, I believe he had probably like 10 skeletons. But and then here we are at the Tomb of the Fallen. This is again all Haskins build. There used to be a tree right here, an awesome tree, and it got smoked by lightning. So Haskins replaced it with this. I just love it. It's great.
I was here when he actually built this, I remember. I built a giant smiley face right here, didn't I? Which is, it's disappeared, so it's also fallen.
I built the giant smiley face. That's awesome. Yeah. So the heroes brought the artifacts here. Long story short, the druids misinterpreted a couple key elements, and they were not in fact the heroes, they were the bad guys. So our party resurrected the big bad and his war general.
Uh-oh, no bueno.
No bueno at all. Pretty much just smacked down the entire party without breaking a sweat, and then left. So our poor heroes, only one of them had survived. So he knew that nearby there was a big settlement where they could get probably the appropriate magic to help all his friends. This big cross here is actually a big sword. In my campaign world, crosses represent the first llama. The first llama is like the Christopher Columbus / Jesus of the world. Like, he was the first person to ever come to the land. He was the first llama. But then as we come down, we come to the main gates. The city is like super old. There's new construction and old construction, but these are the original old town gates.
I remember when this was just 2 rocks that we crashed our little horses into, and now it's become a very nice gate.
Which, ironically, horses do not fit through.
Oh, no.
Whoopsie.
Too late now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll figure something out. But yeah, as we come down into town, we've got just a town center here where the main intersection is that leads up to the castle and then the other down into town. We can check out the castle a little later. But yeah, this is the spot.
These are some little filler houses, aren't they? Just to make it look busy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The idea, again, for the whole world, but especially here, was I wanted it. You go into like any kind of like old show or something that shows a medieval town, or any place in like Europe or the UK. Like it's really only in America where we build things on straight lines, and it's gross, like older cities and stuff like that, like that are have tight alleyways because everybody was trying to get a little bit more space, and the buildings overhang the street because again they were trying to get just that little bit more space, and it really has a certain feel to it that I just really wanted this place to feel that way. I wanted to replicate it so that again it felt like a real place.
I mean, you're literally describing London. Like anytime I've been there, that's exactly what it's like. Everything's just so cramped in. There's no parking. Everyone's rushing.
Yeah, and there's little alleys that lead places that you don't know if you should go that way. It's great.
Yep.
Is this a shortcut or is this how I die?
A lot of it is now people just stealing your phones. So.
But yeah, so it was important to me to have that more natural feel to it. So I can't remember if there's 9 or 11 different angles that I initially placed for buildings to be on.
How did you get the angles again? I can't remember. You didn't do the throwing the piece down method. You done something else, didn't you?
Yeah, you can't do it anymore. You used to be able to place pieces off of ground loop, like the sticks and rocks. And depending on what orientation the stick or rock was on the ground and what angle it was, that's how I got that mansion to tilt like that. It was off of a stone that was on a hill and turned slightly. But yeah, you can't do it anymore. C'est la vie.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah. But, who knows? Maybe we'll get it back, beyond, wanting it to feel right. I wanted it to look right too, so there's different districts and stuff. But I know that in every builder's like career, there comes a point where you're like, this looks like my other building that I built. It could be completely different parts, but it's still the same shape. It still has the same, whatever feel to it. So that's why I contacted you and other builders to come in to make sure that not every single building looked the same. So for example, we got Castle Haskins up there. I have a church up on this other hill over here built by Neva. But back in the center of town, let me show you something really cool.
This is all new. I've never seen any of this before.
It's been quite the production. Like I said, I went to get a hold of you. You'd put out like 3 new videos. I was like, that's where he's been.
I love this bit. This is so cool.
All this stuff.
Let me get some shots of this. Go on, what you going to say?
I was going to say, down here, dead center of town, we had a fantastic builder by the name of the Creative Builder come in, and he helped me build this inn. Actually, he built the inn, and then we together decorated it.
We did indeed.
Just a little way station for our wayward heroes.
Looks great.
Yeah, and they have open mics out back. They got all different, size rooms and accommodations, all different prices. You take this excellently crafted ladder up into the loft in the 2nd floor. Good stuff. But then he was like, all right, I'm going to do the tavern. You can't look at it and you can't touch it. And then I logged in one day and I saw this and I was like, whoa. Because it's fantastic in here. I just love this place.
Remember I said I got that folder real quick, that folder of videos to do for this. This is one of them from like 2 months ago or whenever it was.
Yeah. I love the rat back here. This is nice.
Yeah, it's crammed and probably stinks because it's only toilet.
We're always stuck in the dark with each other. Every video we do, we're stuck in the dark. Here, let's look at the upstairs real quick because this is awesome. This is obviously where people dine. And then if you have a super secret club, the Illuminati meets up here. This is what this is for.
Oh, don't say that. They might be listening. They might come and destroy this building.
You're probably wondering why I've gathered you here today.
The party.
I hope we don't get stuck in the tape. No!
Did you get stuck in the table? That's why you brought us here, so we can laugh at you getting stuck in the table. Hey, well done.
Ooh. Whew. Yeah, that's been happening lately. The getting stuck in chairs. A bide guy got stuck in the bar. Somebody else got stuck in the table. What can you do? But yeah, I made a couple little tiny modifications to it just to make it a little more Kaverns and Klombo-y. And then I threw out this patio furniture here.
Yeah, so I left this bit here to see what you would come up with, and it looks great.
Right on. But yeah, so as I was saying, as people build, I Caverns and Klomboize them. Like initially the sign and the meat and the burger on top weren't there, and obviously the Star Wars sign in the bed. But like I was saying in the beginning, there's a certain visual language, so I want people to know without having to ask. They can just look and see that, oh, the inn is there, because that's what the inn sign looks like all the time, you know. And then back here we've got, you know, the spinning wheel there, we've got the workbench there, so you know, hey, if I need a new cloak or whatever, I'm going to go to the place with the spinning wheel on top. If I need a new, you know, rope or whatever, I'm going to go to the place with the workbench. So
yeah,
check out the church on the way to the docks.
Yeah, we still got the castle as well, yeah, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Lots and lots and lots. I will follow you.
So this church was originally built by Neva, one of the Craftopia Discord members. I can't remember if they have a channel or not, but yeah, they came and built this church, graveyard, and mausoleum. This is our church of the Order of the First Llama.
Oh, nice entrance.
Yeah, but you're very stereotypical, like almost like Catholic, you know, like a European church here.
Yeah. There's plenty of them scattered about where I live.
I added in this organ. That's when Neva first built it. There was foxes in the place of the llamas, but again, I in order to fit the world, we made them llamas, and it also just as awesome that here's yet another village marker up here. Bob lives here as the caretaker. I made him a little room under the bell tower back here.
Oh, nice.
Just a little caretaker's room, but if you haven't flown up to see the bell tower yet, this is actually pretty cool.
Oh, wow. It's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty neat though, right?
That is cool, man.
Been all the way down to inside the church, so if we had a rope, we could ring that bell. But
yeah,
pretty cool. And then, you know, we got out back, you know, the different graves with garden plots, you know, so I can stick a bone in there or some treasure or something. And then in game, if they buy a shovel, now they can search garden plots and stuff like that. Here we are at the Capitalis Praetum docks. This is locally called the King's Table. It was built as a seawall to prevent erosion of the hill that the castle is on, and you know, just in general. But as such, any waves that actually do make it up over the top, there's grates throughout the square, and then each building itself also reconnects to a sewer system underneath that all leads the water towards the sea. So unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Like, I was building, everything was fine. I logged out for the night. I logged back in the next day, and everything was unfortunately back here by these buildings at Complexity. So this is our like customs office, you know, part of the old town. Unfortunately, didn't get to decorate it.
Yeah.
You got some ne'er-do-wells who come through trying to smuggle some stuff in. So we got a couple locked rooms down here, you know, hold them over until the guard can get to them and possibly bring them out to hey, what are you doing back there?
I'm smuggling.
So this is the sewers I was talking about. I saw a really cool video by some guy. What was it? Trying to remember his name, but he made a
yeah, I know who it is, but it's very easily forgotten, aren't they? Some dungeon build or something, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the whole complexity thing, I ran out of complexity literally one wall before the finish of this.
Ah, so annoying.
But yeah, no, I totally took this from your video because it was so cool.
I know, I was surprised by it as well. That actually worked.
Here we are in the sewers.
This is so cool.
And then this is the easy way out. But yeah, you see it comes down into here, into like a big cistern. You know, this is underneath one of those grates, but this is, you know, to help the water filter back out. But then there's other passages throughout it. Man, I feel like I need a torch all of a sudden.
Do you know, it's very easy to get lost in here, I can imagine. Oh, there's more boxes. I have no idea where I am. Oh, we're in a barn now.
Hey, I think you mean warehouse.
Sorry, yes, a warehouse, yeah. Oh, wow.
This is in the corner is a special build I did for my wife. She really wanted this one particular thing that you can fit through right here.
Okay. Hey, what is it? It's like a little hidden table. Is this like a reference to something?
So it's your turn to deal.
Ah.
The boss is never gonna find us back here. Don't sit in the chairs, you'll never get back out.
I actually worked in a warehouse years and years ago, and I'd done a similar thing. I came in on a Sunday to get paid like overtime, and I literally just hid all day because I didn't want to go and do the job that I was meant to do. So I just went and hid behind some boxes, and it worked.
That's awesome. But yeah, so you can get to the sewers through that building. We've got a little kind of slums entrance to the sewers. This is like a homeless encampment down here. And then we also have this third building, the second warehouse. I figure, you know, big doors, you know, just they pull in like ships or something and that need to be cleaned or something, you know. But then this access tunnel down here leads into the sewers again. Weirdly, all of this down here with the docks, I can still build out here, no problem. You know, there is a million pieces out here, and all of these piers go to the bottom. Like, and it is deep down at the end. You know what I mean? But this isn't. Hey, I'm missing. My pier isn't finished. Oh wait, no, it's not finished. Look at that. I found an error during my tour. Oh no. Look at it.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's not good. I won't look.
Yeah, don't look. Don't look.
It's really laggy for me for a minute. It's like everything's loading in, maybe.
And that could be very well what's going on. But yeah, so the docks, blah, blah, blah. I wanted the one end to be more like an industrial kind of thing going on. You know, so we've got like lumber yard down here. And then more like fine goods and stuff on the other side. That's reflected by the cargo as well. That's lining the docks.
So cool. Wow.
We're one heck of a storm here, my friend. This is pretty good. And then up here around the crane, we've got like would be the harbor master and like harbor architect's kind of office. You know, he's got all these little models and stuff that he's, you know, making plans and, you know, designs and stuff.
His books are going to get soggy though in the rain, aren't they?
Oh yeah. He's a little absent-minded. It was a bad plan. Because they didn't have machines back in ye olden days. They used animals and people a lot as their machines. So this is the giant hamster wheel mechanism that operates the crane. Some poor Lego guy or some poor Lego donkey or something would get stuck in here and would have to walk.
Just put the prisoners. Just put a prisoner in there. Someone who's been naughty, they can go in there, can't they?
Now you're cooking with evil gas. But yeah, and then we just slap this together, little faux crane.
Yeah, this is so cool. So cool.
The originally I wanted it to actually, you know, rotate on its base and, you know, things like that. But again, I started to get to a point where I was like, is that worth it to lose all the decoration?
You're asking for trouble because it's just something. There'll be a bug or something go wrong and it'll break.
Right, exactly. I'd come in one day, it'd be shot off into the sky for some reason. Doesn't have a single balloon on it, but now it lives 30 meters in the air. So yeah, this is a royal staircase to the docks. I threw this together when I figured that the royals probably were too good to just like actually go down and go through town to go to the dock. That seems silly. They have their very own staircase. Yeah, so Haskins came in after he built that giant castle that he had in the frost biome that he built in his expert world, which is insane. He was like, I want to keep building, but I'm so tired of the frost biome. And I was like, have I got a deal for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we have Castle Haskins, which I had put some burgers on, but they got taken off for a video, and then complexity happened, so I can't put them back. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Again, like literally overnight, more than half of the town decided it was under complexity. So, but Burger Boss was going to be the king, or is the king rather. So there was burgers obviously on the castle.
Yeah, that's it.
But this is the spot. If you want to ditch your illuminator, I promise most of these builds are going to be a lot better. Yeah, we all spend a lot of time on our lighting. Yep. Shattenfells came into the Craftopia Discord back in the beginning and was just blowing people's minds with his lighting effects. It made me realize, wait a minute, you are an art major and you're a stagehand. You know things about lighting. Why aren't you doing them? It also inspired Haskins to start putting more of that into his builds too. Like if you look at just the texture in here, this is crazy. You know, there's not a single place in here that looks flat.
Yeah.
Everybody who comes in, they just come in and they hang out and, you know, they build whatever they want. You know, like I was saying earlier with the example with the cart on the side of the road, that's fine, you know.
Can I push you off here, really? Oh, that didn't work at all.
No, you should have pushed me harder.
God damn, it didn't. I'll get a run up next time, it's fine. So is that everything to look at then? I believe it is. Snap out of it.
Oh, I hit high complexity. Oh, I dropped my umbrella. Did you see that? That was terrible.
I didn't know this was traversal. Right. It's just the weather's not going to get any better, is it?